Hey there, comic fans. I am back from the comic shop again this week with 5 new comics. Count them, 5. But no reprints this week. All 5 new ones. So, no True Believers or facsimile editions. All from my pull list, too. Didn't pick anything up off the shelf. No new issue. I liked that, what did I get last week? Crossover. I enjoyed the first issue of that, and I put the second issue on my pull list, but I'm still not 100% sold on it that it's going on my, all the issues are going on my pull list. But I got the second issue coming, and if I like the second issue, we'll put it on my pull list. So I think that was the new issue I picked up last week. And this week I also got Comic Shop News. I think there was one more of these a couple weeks ago that I forgot to pick up. Well, I got home and went, I didn't pick up a Comic Shop News off the counter. What do we got here? King in Black, Planet of the Symbiotes. I have no idea what that is. Another Marvel crossover event. The Marvel universe is about to get nullified. I guess Null is the villain. K-N-U-L-L. All the good names are taken. That name just doesn't intrigue me, no. Future State Wonder Woman. I don't know, that just popped out at me. Batman with even more tech on him. He may as well be Iron Man. We get to a point where Batman may as well be Iron Man. And that point is always comes about. This little red Sonja there. There we go. We'll read about what's coming up in comics. Occasionally I find something that makes me want to order it, but not always. Most of the times I'm just looking. Oh, and the comic. The comic that I bought just for its cover that's sitting on top of my printer to look at this week is this old Neil Adams Superboy cover. Can he guess which color it is? Red or blue? What is it? Red or black? Those are our cards, yes. Superboy's greatest gamble. I don't even remember ever reading the story inside, but I dig that cover. Superboy, Neil Adams, good combo. Let's see, what else do we have here? We've got Once in Future, number 13. Our King Arthur story continues as they're fighting Grendel. So far, the King Arthur's back. He's behind all sorts of shenanigans. He's not the hero of the piece. And meanwhile, they fought Beowulf, Grendel's mom, all the people. Oh. Spoiler alert: a bird dies. I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, I've enjoyed it. Like I complained a couple issues ago about how I didn't like the fight scenes in it, but last issue was much better. Then here's a new comic to my pull list. Ice Cream Man number 21. That's a weird cover, isn't it? What is that? That's a sewer grate with an ice cream cone. Are these reflections here of buildings? This purple. Oh, that's a sidewalk. The purple thing is a sidewalk. That's the curve of the sidewalk. Well, it's not quite. I don't know what that yellow stuff is. That's messing me up, man. Maybe it's a Watchmen riff. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a Watchmen riff. By the 9-panel grid, I'm saying we're into full Watchmen riff mode in Ice Cream Man. But I read, the first 12 issues of this on Hoopla, the library app. So it made me want to pull it. This is one of those books I always wanted to check out, but never did. I should have just put it on my pull list, which is what I ended up doing with issue 20. I'm like, I'll just put it on your pull list and read it. So I enjoyed the last issue. It's a fun, I guess you'd call it kind of an like each issue is kind of a done in one, but there's like you get to know more about, like, the Ice Cream Man is just this like evil demon who. You get a story of these people who in each stories, they do different genres, they do different takes. Like, it's obviously a Watchmen take. They did a Dr. Seuss thing last issue, I think it was. And it's always just the Ice Cream Man being evil to normal people. But we've gotten a little history and backstory of the Ice Cream Man. but it's good stuff. It's really like each issue can be read individually, so it's good stuff. Then we've got Big Girls number 4. Two of the big girls are fighting because the story's been getting more interesting and complicated as it goes along. It started out as just plague hit humanity, wiped most of it out, made some. They call them jacks, these giant monsters who used to be men, and sometimes the women get turned into giant monsters, but they keep their sanity or whatever. So these big girls have to try and help keep what's left of civilization safe. Except now there's stuff going on between the humans. It's not just about fighting the giant monsters. It's about humans fighting other humans and all sorts of big girl stuff going on here. There's lots of big girls walking around cities. Declan Shavy, no, Jason Howard. This one is. Pardon me. This one is Jason Howard, writing and drawing. Well, does he? I guess he's doing the coloring too, and lettering is phonographics. So he's doing the writing, the drawing, and the coloring. And what do we have here? Old Reliable, Usagi Yojimbo. Oh, nice feel to this cover. I like when my comics feel good. Seems to be, I don't even know if that's a different cover stock, but it's a nice feel to the paper, whatever it is. But Usagi's gone back to his hometown for the first time in the whole 30 years of the series. 30 plus years of the series now. What is this? Part 4 of 4. The Return, part 4 of 4. He's gone back to his hometown, but he found a plot by some of his old, early on Usagi Yojimbo lost his master, who's the head of a province or whatever it is over there in ancient Japan. Was betrayed and lost the battle, so his whole clan got wiped out and disempowered. So now he's back at his old hometown, and a bunch of people from that old clan want revenge on the guy who won the other guy who won the battle. But in order to get the revenge, part of their plan is to sacrifice Usagi's hometown, and he's not having that. So that's what's been going on in this story. It's pretty good. And then our last one is Sarah and the Royal Stars, number 9. Nice color on that cover. Good magentas and purples and some blues. Hold on, there's a little blurb on the back. What does it say? Sarah and her allies are reunited, but the light of the Royal Stars grows dim. The Royal Stars are like these godlike characters. Their only hope for defeating the Stars of Draco lies in the corrupting power of the sword known as Light's End. Who can wield the blade born of death, and will it be enough to finally end the schemes of Etanin and Rastaban? Pretty high fantasy stuff here. It's good stuff. I guess this is going on for 9 issues, and I'm enjoying it. Some nice artwork, some nice coloring, and there's all sorts of like the royal stuff. There's this kind of the Royal Stars are like these sort of godlike beings on the planet, but they're ancient Greek type gods. They're not all powerful. And there's been stuff going on with them that's happened in the past, and the humans too, where the planet is dying and they're trying to save the planet. There's some spell they have to break to save the planet, but that's who the royal the young woman and who's like a princess somewhere has to go and save. But it's good stuff. I've enjoyed it. High adventure fantasy stuff. All right, now let me show you one of my pieces I got behind me. And I decided to do, this is one of my, decided to do along the styles of my Painted Lady faux comic book covers, except as a big ink drawing. Usually I do this as an 11 by 17 piece, but I did this one as a big ink drawing. Oop, got lots of other ones behind it right now. Don't fall down. There you go. We got textures. We got tattoos. We got flowing hair and halo-like backgrounds. Yeah, I was just kind of in the mood to take one of my smaller themes and make it bigger. Sort of what I did with the ink card last week when I blew it up. Like I said, I usually do these at 11 by 17, but I had fun doing it at 22 by 30. I think it came out pretty cool. I like that one. So, not changing styles on these big ink drawings doesn't always work, but I think it worked in this one. I'll have to see what I'm going to work on next with it, because I had a good time with it. All right. Some comics, some art. You guys have a good week out there.